Palace win their first match under their new manager, and Brighton score a very, very late equaliser to draw the game. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the goal line. Hello guys, and welcome to the goal line. I am John, I'm your host. It's a little bit chilly in here today, so I kept my coat on. I didn't actually get to see a lot of final score today. I've been very, very busy. Been on an event, so I did watch the final score on BBC One, but I usually watch it from 2:30 onwards, straight through till 5:30. Well, 5:15, then watch on the iPlayer. So yeah, the game I wanted to talk about, the new Crystal Palace manager, he's Oliver Glasner's first game in charge since Roy Hodgson's departure. As we all know, Roy Hodgson was at the training ground when he got taken ill, had to go to hospital and undergo tests, and the hospital were quite happy with him. He was doing well in hospital. He was actually due to be replaced. Like Palace were going to let him go after Palace's bad run. However, he was taken ill. The club's priority was his health. He recovered well, and he's now back at home recuperating. However, he has decided to step away from Crystal Palace and let someone else take responsibility. So that's where Oliver was. He was the favourite to replace the club and to be put in charge of the club, and now he is in charge of the club. It says here, Crystal Palace scored 3 second half goals to beat 10-man Burnley in manager Oliver Glasner's first game in charge of the club. The Eagles dominated possession in the first half, but could not find a breakthrough before Josh Brownhill was shown a straight red card. James Trafford played a ball to Brownhill, who was under pressure from Jefferson Lerma, and he brought down the midfielder when he was through on goal. The visitors made it to half time with the score level and held on for over 20 minutes of the second period before Palace finally made their breakthrough. Jordan Ayew put in an excellent curling cross, and defender Chris Richards met it with a diving header into the bottom corner to give the home side the lead in the 68th minute. Then there was a goal in the 71st minute. And then there was a penalty as well by Matata, and then Burnley had a goal chalked off, which is quite frankly just their luck, really. But what I will do is I won't give you the full story, but it's all on the BBC website. And it's also on the red button. So yeah, that's something for you to read and check out. Also, this one with Brighton and Everton. Everton scored in the 73rd minute. Then Brighton had Gilmore sent off in the 81st minute, but it was Lewis Dunk who came back in the 95th minute to equalise and score a goal to make it a draw. But however, in my estimation, my personal estimation, to Everton, that's going to feel like a loss, because in the 95th minute, you know what I mean? Anyone who's supporting a team like that and the opposition gets a late goal, it's very, very annoying. I've been on that, been on the end of that many times. Now it says here, Lewis Dunk's stoppage time header condemned Everton to another Premier League draw as 10-man Brighton salvaged the points at the Amex Stadium. Both goals came from central defenders as Dunk headed home Pascal Gross's cross 5 minutes into time added on to cancel out Jared Braithwaite's superb opener. Braithwaite had produced a forwards finish to break the deadlock, arrowing a first-time shot into the top corner from 15 yards when a free kick fell at his feet. It seemed Everton was on course for a vital victory in their battle to avoid relegation when Brighton's Billy Gilmore was then sent off a studs up lounge on Onana's ankle. But Dunk's header extended the Toffees' winless league run to 9 games, and they sit just a point above the relegation zone, having played a match more than 18th placed Luton. Brighton, meanwhile, remain 7th, but have several rivals for European qualification breathing down their necks. So again, the article is on the red button of the BBC app. I'm going to go through the scores now for today. Because I mean, if you didn't know the results from yesterday, I'll quickly go through them. There's only just a few here and there. There was a championship. There was Coventry 0, Preston 3, and Leeds 3, Leicester 1. Quite shocking. And League One, it was Wigan and Cheltenham. That was a 1-1 draw. Going into a different part than what I wanted. But today I'll start with the results. I'll carry on with the results from today. So we start off on the Premier League, which is Aston Villa 4, Nottingham Forest 2, Brighton 1, Everton 1, Crystal Palace 3, Burnley 0, Man United 1, Fulham 2. Arsenal and Newcastle is an 8 o'clock kickoff, but Bournemouth and Man City have kicked off, and in the 39th minute it is Bournemouth 0, Man City 1. We're going to the Scottish Premiership. Hibernian 2, Dundee 1, Kilmarnock 2, Aberdeen 0, Rangers 5, Hearts 0, Ross County 3, Livingston 2, and St Mirren 2, St Johnstone 0. Going into the Championship, Hull 1, West Brom 1, Blackburn 1, Norwich 1, Cardiff 2, Stoke 1, Ipswich 3, Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 0, Plymouth 2, QPR 2, Rotherham 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Bristol City 1, Southampton 1, Millwall 2, Sunderland 1, Swansea 2, and Watford 1, Huddersfield 2. Into League One, Cambridge 0, Peterborough 1, Barnsley 2, Derby 1, Blackpool 4, Bolton 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Carlisle 1, Burton 0, Northampton 2, Charlton and Portsmouth was 0-0, Exeter and Fleetwood were 1-1, Oxford United 1, Leyton Orient 2, Port Vale 0, Lincoln City 2, Reading 2, Shrewsbury 3, and Stevenage 1, Wickham 0. There was one game in League Two that was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. That was Barrow and Bradford. But I did hear that instead of turning the fans away, they put on a training thing. Basically, they said that the pitch was unplayable. But the club said that they're going to put into a complaint to the EFL because they said that they reckoned the pitch was playable, but they put on a training ground thing for all the crowd to see, so it was a complete waste of money. That was quite good. It was quite nice of them to do that. So anyway, yeah, League Two, Accrington 0, Crawley 1, Doncaster 1, Wimbledon 0, Forest Green 1, Tranmere 0, Gillingham 1, Wrexham 0, Harrogate 0, Walsall 2, Mansfield 5, Salford 1, MK Dons 3, Newport 0, Morecambe 1, Grimsby 1, Notts County 1, Crewe 3, Stockport 0, Swindon 0, and Sutton United 1, Colchester 1. International League, Vanarama National League, Eastleigh 2, Bromley 0, Altrincham 1, Maidenhead 3, Barnet 2, York 0, Bournemouth 4, Flyde 0, Chesterfield 2, Rochdale 2, Dagenham Redbridge 0, Halifax 1, Dorking 1, Ebbsfleet 4, Gateshead 4, Oxford City 0, Oldham 1, Kidderminster 2, Solihull Moors 2, Hartlepool 1, Southend 4, Aldershot 1, and Woking and Wealdstone was 1-1. There's a couple of postponements in the National League North. Banbury United and South Shields and Bishops and Chorley both postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. But the rest of the results reads: Blythe Spartans 2, Boston United 2, Chester 1, Spennymoor Town 1, Darlington 2, Buxton 1, Gloucester City 1, Scarborough 0, Kingsley 0, Farsley Celtic 0, Peterborough Sports 4, Rush Hill Olympics 0, Scunthorpe 1, Alfreton 0, Southport 1, Hereford 2, Tamworth and Curzon Ashton was 0-0, and Warrington Town and Brackley Town was 2-2. There was a couple of games postponed in the National League South as well. It was Truro and Hemel Hempstead. That was a waterlogged pitch, and Weston-super-Mare and Eastbourne was also called off. But the South results go like this: Chelmsford City 1, Yeovil 0, Chippenham Town 2, Dover 1, Dartford 1, Taunton Town 1, Hampton and Richmond 1, Farnborough 1, Havant and Waterlooville 1, Bath City 1, St Albans City 1, Welling 1, Tunbridge Angels 1, Slough Town 2, and Torquay and Avery was 2-2. And there is a game currently right in the dying embers, which is Worthing 0, Braintree 1. They're in the 95th minute, so that match is going to end very, very shortly. So yeah, that's basically going to do it for the goal line this week, guys. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Just to let you know that Bournemouth and Man City are just about to head into half time, and the score is still Bournemouth 0, Man City 1. So they are just about, they haven't quite got in there yet, but they're just about to reach half time. Yeah, so I'd like to thank you for joining me. Don't forget that Arsenal and Newcastle 8 o'clock tonight. Check the local listings for viewings on that. Do me a favour, if you have come across this video, just come across it and you like it, please give me a click like, and why not give me a subscribe and click the bell icon. That'd be great. You could comment down below in the box, and share it with your friends and family on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. That's fine, I don't mind. Yeah, so if you could do all one of them things, or all of them, would be fantastic. Yeah, that would be absolutely great. And I appreciate all the subs and likes I get as well. And I'm just trying to get a quick update on that thing. I think the Worthing Braintree has finished. Worthing 0, Braintree 1. That has finished. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, like I said, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week. Ciao for now.